What is the most common figure of rhetoric in all cinema?
Is that a rhetorical question?
It was a rhetorical question, Errol.
What, oh what, is a rhetorical question?
Talk to me, tell me.
Is it merely a question that requires no answer? Is it a question where the answer is too obvious to need stating? Is it a question where there is no answer? Or is it just some cold-blooded thing you say to a fellow before you pop a cap in his arse?
What? Does he look like a bitch? No!
Most of us, to be honest, don't know. The ancient Greeks and the Romans had a shot at it, but just as they were getting to the answer to the great rhetorical question, they declined and they fell and they were overrun by barbarians. Happens to the best of us. They did succeed in identifying variations of the rhetorical question, all with very specific differences.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
First of them is Erotisis. That's the sort of question that really isn't a question at all.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
Asked Shakespeare and did not wait for a reply. The line could just as easily have been, I shall compare thee to a summer's day. But it wouldn't sound as good. This is the purest form of the rhetorical question, where a couple of words have been switched around and a question mark slapped on the end.
They love when you shuffle the words around.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Give you the answer to that question, Mr. Bender, next Saturday.
Epiplexus is a much more specific form where a lament, or an insult, is phrased as a question.
What's with you, kid? You think the death of Sammy Davis left an opening in the Rat Pack?
Why, God?
It's the grief in Miss Saigon.
Why, God, why?
Or it is the bemused disdain in the film Heathers that prompts the question,
Did you have a brain tumor for breakfast?
The Epiplexus doesn't have an answer. It has a purpose.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
Anaconosis is a sort of question where a particular audience will respond in a particular way, and the speaker knows it.
He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. To distance Caesar seem ambitious.
Politicians love Anaconosis because it makes us realise how much we all have in common with each other and with the politician. The voter hears the question and automatically gets to the answer that the politician wants.
Was this ambition?
Monty Python had great fun in Life of Brian with an Anaconosis that goes horribly wrong.
And what have they ever given us in return?
The question is intended as an Anaconosis that binds them all together, but unfortunately the audience keeps answering.
The aqueduct?
And the roads.
Medicine? Education? And the sanitation?
And the wine. All right, but apart from the sanitation, the medicine, education, wine, public order, irrigation, roads, a fresh water system and public health, what have the Romans ever done for us?
Brought peace?
Oh, peace! Shut up!
He could have avoided all this if, instead of Anaconosis, he'd used a good bit of Hypophora.
Ask any mermaid you happen to see, what's the best tuna chicken of the sea?
What is Hypophora? Hypophora is a rhetorical question that is immediately answered, usually by the person who asked the question.
Oh, King, very nice. And how'd you get that, By exploiting the workers. By hanging on to outdated imperialist dogma which perpetuates the economic and social differences in our society.
When A Tribe Called Quest recorded the song Can I Kick It, they did not wait for a reply. No suspicion is allowed to slip into the listener's mind as to the abilities of his legs or the kickability of it, whatever it is.
Now when I say can I kick it, I want everybody to say yes you can. When I say can I kick it, you're gonna say what?
Yes, you can! Yes, you can! Yes, you can!
If somebody asks you a question that they already know the answer to, but make you answer it, that is showing their authority and belittling yours. This is called Subjectio.
You gotta ask yourself questions. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
is a trick of which Mr. Quentin Tarantino is inordinately fond, and he makes myriad appearances in Pulp Fiction.
Have you ever given a foot massage? Would you give a guy a foot massage?
What's Fonzie like? Come on, Yolanda, what's Fonzie like? What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
After a little shooting and stammering, we get the answer.
He's black. Go on. He's bald.
And then comes the famous poser.
Does he look like a bitch? What?
It is clear from both the baldness and the general context that Marcellus Wallace does not in the slightest resemble a bitch. But the poor chap is made to answer in the negative,
No!
which is how we come to the climactic question in the Subjectio.
Then why you try to fuck him like a bitch, Brett? He didn't. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Brett.
Beyond Subjectio, Erotisis, Epiplexus, Anaconosis, and the Hypophora, we have Antipophora, Catechism, or Aporia. But I think I'll leave you with the most philosophical of all rhetorical questions. The question without an answer.
Is that a rhetorical question?
The sort where the questioner does not know the answer, does not expect anyone else to know the answer, and does not expect to be informed.
It's a rhetorical question, I hope.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man?
Bob Dylan does not expect to find out how many roads a man must walk down. He knows that the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind, but he asks anyway.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man?
7.
No, Dad, it's a rhetorical question.
Rhetorically. 8.
Dad, do you even know what rhetorical means?
Do I know what rhetorical means?